Go.
Yay!
Nay,
Yay!
Yay!
but are we live?
Ah, hang on.
It must be. I can see us on my muted tab.
Ooh.
Are we live?
Are we live?
Yes,
This is
we are
Yeah.
live.
Hey, hey.
Hello. Welcome to our third annual Festive Rants. That's amazing that we've already done this 2 times before. So let's start with a round of introductions. So let's say our names, where we work, and our favorite holiday movie. Let's start off with Veerle.
All right, my name is Veerle Verhagen. I work for Dutch Railways. I'm a tester there. My favorite holiday movie is Die Hard. It has to be. Sanne.
Hi, my name is Sanne Visser. I work at Bartels, and I really enjoy rewatching all the Star Wars with my kids every Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Over
Shey.
Okay, that's going to be the best debate over whether or not Star Wars is a Christmas movie.
Isn't anything
It's a
you watch
Christmas
at
special.
Christmas? Christmas?
Okay, hey, I'm Shey and I work for EasyJet, and my favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone.
Oh, classic,
it's a good one.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Over to Chris.
Okay, hi, my name's Chris, and I'm currently sharing my time between Industry Inc. and being program chair for PeersCon 25. I know, right? My favorite Christmas movie probably would have said Home Alone, but someone else has already said that. So I'm gonna say I might go with the Will Ferrell Ryan Reynolds musical Spirited.
Whoa. I don't think
Nice.
I remember a single thing about that movie, but that's interesting.
Good music.
Wait, back to Hannah. We've not heard her favorite movie yet.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Hanna and I work as a tester at Visioneye. And my favorite Christmas movie, which might also be a bit up for debate, but that's Sound of Music. That's normally I'd hear at Christmas, or it was
Ooh.
like
Mm.
20 years ago.
All quite
Ah.
old movies.
Yes, we're old, I guess.
I would like the audience to know that we did not know this question was coming and I panicked, and then I was also the first and I had to answer, but I stand by my answer. I don't know a lot of Christmas movies or holiday movies in general, but I do really enjoy Die Hard.
Yeah.
There you go.
I do spend this time of year like watching most of those kind of like Hallmark specials, which are always the same thing. You know, person goes into a small town, happens to have to organize the Christmas pageant, and then falls in love with some romantic person that got stuck behind in the little town. And, you know, it's a classic thing.
I
I watched
watched
them
like
all.
10, yeah, I watched like 10 of those the last week.
Oh, people in the chat, what's your favorite Christmas movies or holiday movies?
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, and I think the only rule there is you watch it regularly at Christmas time. Like,
Yeah.
And
That
Die Hard
rule?
is a Christmas movie, or you can leave the stream now. Simple as
But Star Wars is apparently open for debate.
well, if you do the whole marathon, it does take a bit. So like when else are you going to do that except when you have like a week off at Christmas? So I think there's that.
this is true.
Oh, look, Iman loves Die Hard. Yeah, I'm with you, Iman. That's awesome.
And of course, AJ would come out with Violent Night. Yeah.
Ooh.
Love it.
Here, Lisa is saying hard to decide who wins hats, and I'm gonna have to say, Hannah,
Hannah.
you have got something going on, and I'm very impressed. What is that?
This is actually a Swedish tradition that we have. It's called Lucia that we celebrate. Well, this Friday, actually. This is not mine, it's my daughter's, but luckily it stretches. But it's very cute. It's normally little kids with like white gowns on with crowns, or, well, sometimes the Santas, sometimes the gingerbread man, and they walk around and sing. But to be honest, nowadays, the parents are not normally allowed because the kids get performance anxiety, so they like shoot it by video. But it's very cute, and it's an old tradition.
But like in the old tradition, were the candles actual candles and were they
Oh
lit?
yeah, I mean, when they have adults going to the live one, they actually have real candles. This is for small kids, They
That's
also have the
terrifying.
electric lights. Yeah,
Wow.
it's actually a really common thing in Sweden because there's only one person who has this crown, and then the other ones have one candle in their hand while walking.
Right.
Common occurrence that those people drop off because they hold the candle too far and too close to their mouth and they pass out.
Gosh.
Pretty bad.
Love those traditions. Yep.
Oh, mate.
But we can't let this go on without you telling us about your hat, Veerle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that means that we're probably like we're essentially starting this episode with story time because there's a better story here.
I think we've got to
Right.
start with
Yes.
story time.
Yeah,
Cue the
fine, we can
music.
start with
Story
story
time
time. It's
music.
Christmas, we can do what we
Yeah.
want. Right. Have you heard of the Krampus? If you've
Yes,
not,
Krampus.
people in the chat might not have, so I'm going to tell you about the Krampus. So in, let's say, the Alps generally, so that'll be like some bits of Switzerland, Bavaria, sort of like that whole general region, they've got the Krampus, and it's, as far as I understand it, a sort of demon. And around Christmas time, he just comes into your village and like whips the fuck out of you. Um, because why not? I guess like naughty children get whipped and like good children
Wait,
don't.
is
I
this
think that's
medieval
like,
Elf on the Shelf?
oh no, Elf on the Shelf. That is a dirty narc. I don't like him. No, right. So basically, I don't know, like the Kamsi whips children. And so I was reading about the campus a few years ago. This was in the pandemic, and I was like, whoa, this is so badass. And then I had also just started knitting, and so I was looking on Ravelry, which is like a site where you can get like knitting patterns. And I found like a really cute little campus for the Christmas tree, but it was crochet. I was like, I can't do this. So I sat moaning about it on Twitter, and then right, do you know Tobias Gaia,
Yeah.
the test
Yeah.
guy? So he saw the tweet and he was like, "Oh, my sister's really good at crochet. Like, I'm gonna ask her if she wants to make you one." I was like, "Ach no, don't bother." He was like, "No, no, no, she loves crocheting. Like, she might like it." So like a few weeks later, this shows up at my house.
Oh, mate.
Tiny little Krampus for the Christmas tree. It's even got the naughty child in the backpack.
Oh,
That is
wow.
just so cool.
She had crocheted me the thing, and she told me about this tradition they have, which is Christbaum loben, or like praising the Christmas tree. So like you go around the town and like you stop at people's houses and they've got a really nice Christmas tree, and you say, "Wow, that's a really nice Christmas tree," and they have to like give you a drink and they give you a shot, and you're like, "Cheers to the
Amazing.
Christmas
Yeah.
tree." So
Oh, I
like,
want to start that here in the UK.
I
That's
know
a good
it's
tradition.
so good, right? But so she was like, this will definitely be a little showstopper for the Christbaumloben. So I'm like learning about all of these Christmas traditions. It's really good. And then at some point, like, I don't know, she found this pattern and she was like, "Oh, Veerle will love this." And she just crocheted it for me. Like, I think it took her about a year. Because she said, like, yeah, it was really weird just sitting in the garden, like in the middle of summer, just crocheting away. I've never met her, right? So her name is Danny. She's an
Amazing.
absolute joy. I've never met her in my life.
Oh, but
But she
shout
just
out to Danny as of now.
Yeah,
Like
shout out.
Oh my God, right? So she crocheted me this, which took her about a year. Then last agile testing days, Tobias shows up and he's like, "Veerle, I hope you have space in your suitcase." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because my sister sends her love."
Oh my God, a Christmas tree as well?
A crocheted Christmas
It's
tree.
praising
That's
itself.
amazing.
Okay, I think you win, Veerle.
Yep. Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
With the origin story, definitely. Either way, like I feel like this embodies both the spirit of Christmas, but also kind of the spirit of the testing community. Because like
Yes,
I
we
know
will
we've
crochet
all
you
made
shit.
like
Yep.
crocheting shit, but also just being really nice to people that you barely know or that you don't even know.
That's
I
true.
just
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Fucking love that.
Aw.
Ah.
That is so cute.
That is
AJ
super
saying the
cool.
eyes win, and I'm like, yes, it's been doing a little bit too much praising. Oh, so good though. You sit there. You sit there. All right.
Did we have
Amazing.
any actual programming, Hanna, or are we just talking about our
I mean, we
hats?
do have a few topics on the list, but I mean, you're all talking so good without it anyway, so let's see. But I mean, I know one of them was regarding like Christmas parties and the amount of alcohol.
Mm.
Ooh, drinkies at parties.
Drinkies at parties.
Yeah, so who's
Yes.
having a Christmas party and how many? I think you had yours, right, Shey?
Yeah. Last week is bit. I mean, because we're a multinational company, and we're not allowed to call it a Christmas party, so we call it a winter conference. Um, but it is freaking huge. It starts at nine in the or 10 in the morning and goes through until well, when I close the door at the end. And yeah, so that's a big ass party with 400 people in it. So it was good fun.
Ah.
Lots of
I think
drinking.
it's I think it's kind of nice calling it a winter conference because I think like a lot of people, even the ones that were raised with Christmas, don't necessarily care about it or like have negative associations. A whole bunch of people, obviously worldwide, don't even celebrate Christmas. I think a winter
Yeah.
conference sounds lovely. I'm
Yeah, I
into it.
mean, it's one of those things I try to explain. It's like we call it a winter conference because of the multicultural aspect to the company, and it's not to cast aspersions on calling it a winter conference. To be fair, I mean, I think it is a good way to call it,
Yeah.
but it also sort of gives an idea of how freaking huge it is. It's not
Yeah,
a
fair enough.
not a
Mm.
meal out with a couple of mates kind of thing.
Do you
It's
have like talks and shit as
yeah.
well?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
Proper conference.
yeah, like I mean, like the CEO pitched up, the CIO was retiring this year, so there was a lot of stuff around him. Awards for
Oh.
people who get recognized during the year. And then massive shindig at the end where I mean, there's food and stuff during the day, and oh man, we had this music quiz bingo thing done by a drag queen, and
Oh,
this person Alfie
Amazing.
came on and was fabulous. And it's all sort of corporate hoo-ha, during the day. Oh, we're awarding this to this person and all the rest of it. And then Alfie comes on, full on drag,
to
red
start the
tight suit.
party.
First thing they sort of do
Much
is like,
love.
oh, you in the front row. Do you like my tightness in front of you and all the rest? Like, and it happened like he's going, anybody not know any done bingo before? And this person put up their hand and their name was Deep. I'm going to
Nice.
leave that with you to imagine
Shey, how
how
many
much innuendo
people
happened.
were there during the day and how many stuck around for the party?
So that was interesting. I think about 350 to 400 during the day, and then for the party about 150.
All right.
Nice.
At
There.
least for the first sort of for half an hour or so. And then we had a good 50 that stayed for the next couple of hours, and then there were 20 of us that stayed for the next couple of hours, and
The after party.
then there was just me and one person.
Hey, we got the most tester comment, by the way. Sean is saying, Winter Conference, what if you have an office in the Southern Hemisphere? And I'm gonna have to give it to him.
Yeah. Do you know what we also have?
What?
Summer conference.
Yeah, I bet.
But is it the same time, Shey?
Is it on the same day for the Southern Hemisphere offices?
Uh, no.
No.
I
Yeah,
mean, to be
context
fair,
is everything, and this one was in the Northern Hemisphere, so you can call it a winter
I guess
conference.
EasyJet don't operate in the Southern Hemisphere though, right? So
yeah.
Oh, right. That's easy.
Okay.
Okay. So even with this, like a lot of people basically dodged out of the party, right? So this is the part I think we were heading to. It's like
Mm.
there's the Christmas parties, but how enjoyable are they?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that
to be fair, it varies. I think I went to a Christmas party last night, which is really nice because my new company, we're not that many. We're at my boss's house, which is like 100 meters from me, which is
No
Aw,
way.
really
wow.
handy when I want to go home. But we were like 7 people just having dinner, and it was really nice, actually.
that's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
does sound lovely. It's just there's always the struggle of like having close groups of people and then having it be quite intimate and fun, or having it indeed be a massive whopping 300 people, and you're like, maybe
yeah.
there's a colleague I know around here somewhere, possibly.
Yeah,
Not
but
sure where in the building, but
Yeah.
it's a hard setting to get to know someone as well if there's that many people
Mm.
there.
yeah. And there's also the thing that is client side for me a lot. Like this, they're in that safe structure where every 3 months you have to do the planning sessions, the PI days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are always clustered around that Christmas party. And it's always such a thing, like, do they add it to the second day or is there a separate one? So what often ends up having is the department has a Christmas thing and the PI day has a Christmas thing. And then of course the consultancy company, Bartels, will have a Christmas thing. That's like 3 parties in 2 weeks, guys. Like there's a limit to my festive joy in those kind of
times
things.
when I was absolutely down for 3 Christmas parties in 2 weeks, and these are no longer those days.
No,
I am
maybe we're showing
old.
our age.
Oh my God, Veerle.
I went and had some drinkies with like a selector group of colleagues, and it was the first time, I think maybe in my life, or at least since my teens, that I got shit for not drinking alcohol.
Ooh.
That
And
is
I
just
thought,
not
and I
cool.
thought of all because like I'm just sort of like not drinking too much for like a while, and I'm kind of like making choices. So like if I know that I've got like something more fun coming up later in the week, I'm sort of like gonna save my drinking
Drink
allowance for
allowance.
that. So like I had like a quick sort of few drinky, like a quick drink sesh with some folks, and I was like, I'm just gonna stick to the non-alcoholic tonight because like I don't want to waste my drinking allowance on what is like just sort of hanging out. And for the first time, somebody was like, "Oh, that's pretty lame," like as a joke. But I was like, "No, it's
Ooh.
not."
Ouch.
Wow.
And also, I was like, "How old are you? 14? Like, what is this? What is this? What is this peer pressure?"
I think it also depends like how expensive alcohol is, because I don't know if this is true, Hannah, but I think beer and wine is a lot more expensive where you are. And maybe that also makes a difference, that if it's offered, then people are maybe more likely to indulge if it's otherwise very expensive.
Yeah, I mean, most Christmas parties, I'd say, is quite a high amount of alcohol intake here. Because, yeah, to be fair, it's normally pricey and people tend to drink a lot, which is
Yeah.
always, yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But yeah, I agree with Veerle. Sometimes you do almost get questions that because I don't drink ever, and people tend to feel like that's an odd thing to do. But yeah.
Or at least you're seen as someone that's not having fun, which is like, yeah, do you know me? Have you seen shit I get up to sober?
Exactly. I don't need alcohol to do stupid things. It's okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I really, that really frustrates me with that person sort of going, oh, you're doing NA stuff. It's so lame. I mean, it's yeah, 20 years ago, fine. Yeah, oh, bro, what's going on? Eating's cheating and all the rest of that shit. But nowadays, when you've got, I mean, certainly in the UK, you've got some brewers that brew only no alcohol beer. In fact,
Yeah.
I know of a Dutch one that they are incredible. I can't remember their name. They've got 2 X's in their name or something, like Braxis or something. And
Nice.
the beers are fucking awesome. They're really, really good. So you want to know
To
lame?
be fair, that is a little bit of
Get
a
out of here.
peeve of mine, though. It is
Ow.
usually not that great. It's usually basically like shitty lemonade. It's like
There's actually some really good ones these
there
Come
are
on,
days.
some
you
really
know
good
me. If I'm
ones.
saying no alcohol beer is good,
It's good. Yeah,
it's
fair
good.
enough.
Okay.
All right, all right.
I'm not talking about Heineken Zero and all the rest of that stuff. I mean,
Well, that's what they tend to buy
that
at
can go
these
and do one.
shindigs, right?
Yeah,
Like
fair
they
enough.
don't buy the good stuff. Like that.
Yeah.
That is just not. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so we'll see. Anyway, I decided not to go to any of the parties. My social battery was just drained. I think it was maybe post-agile testing days, and it was like, I'm just going to opt out this year.
The festivities are
Yeah.
tiring anyway, aren't they? Like just
There's so
generally
much
like
going
families
on.
home, people are
Yeah.
always ill.
I mean, there's the school picnic as well, the Christmas picnic, the obligatory.
Picnic.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
either have a dinner or a lunch, and then of course I
Hmm.
have 2 kids, so that's 2 places I need to be, and
They do
you
it
know.
outside?
No, inside
Okay.
mostly. Yeah. So, but still, that's another thing that adds on to this busy time of year. That's just not necessary as far as I'm concerned. Although to
Somebody
be
in the
fair,
chat is asking
yeah.
for names and brands for good alcohol-free beer, so I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah, yeah.
drop some.
Yeah,
You
maybe
just
just-
concentrate on the chat.
pop those in the chat and not into the webcast.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to be busy tippy-typing for a while. You just continue the chat.
Or maybe we could actually go, well, with another story time, because I believe Shey had a short story time available as well.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. It's I mean, it's a year-round thing, but around this time of year, a lot of people get particularly uh I don't know, sort of stressed about it. Is the old forced entertainment at these Christmas parties? I mean, one of the things I love about sort of team get-togethers is sitting and chatting with people, right? We're now in a hybrid working environment, which kind of means when I go to the office, I'm like meeting and meeting and meeting and meeting. I don't get time to just sit and hang around because I don't meet those people in real life very often, except in that sort of like what would you call it, hothouse bubble. So if you go to some a do like a Christmas do or something like that, I want to shoot the breeze with you. And then somebody goes, hey, let's play bingo, or let's play a game of cards, or what was it?
Or this
Let's
one guy
play
that we know is
Chinese
actually a
whispers. And you're like,
DJ in his free time, and let's have them play and ruin any opportunity
So
of
loud,
talking to
so loud you can't
anyone.
talk at all. No.
or the organizer thinks it's a great idea to do so. Let's play hangman or let's play Yahtzee or something. And you're like, really? Really, we're all going to do this for how long? Because I was having a really nice chat there with Dave. I haven't seen Dave in a while, but you know what I'd like to do right now? I'd like to
But
talk to Dave if that's
Shey,
okay.
I
But
brought
now I
10
feel peer
ukuleles
pressure
and
to
some
join
sheet
the game.
music.
What's that?
Like I brought 10 ukuleles and some sheet music. We're gonna play. Like,
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
that's the other one. It's like,
Please, no
yeah,
ukuleles.
let's all have a recorder lesson or something like that. Let's give Joan the triangle because we didn't have enough recorders. Make them feel left out. Brilliant.
Yeah.
You know what? Last night was my team QE team meal. It was 12 of us, 13 of us, something like that. And at one stage, I stepped back and I looked around. There were 6 different conversations going with people who sometimes speak to each other, who are mates, or others who aren't, and just catching up from different departments. That's freaking awesome, man. Just leave it.
Yeah, so we only need the team meals actually. We just don't need the bigger parties, honestly. We can have those more frequently, I guess.
Agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris, are you missing the office Christmas festivities?
No. No, I mean last year I opted out of it because it would have involved about a total of about 5 hours of travel, there and back, and then a hotel and all that sort of stuff. And then the year before, all my most recent Christmas dues have all been in London, and that's fine. But do you know, like you say, I'd rather spend time with people doing stuff that we all like doing. And some people don't want to just have a quiet chat. Some people do want to do fun stuff, but it's about finding something that we all want to do. Maybe go to an arcade. Maybe play pool. I don't know, whatever works for us, and then to sort of work on those bits. I don't like big loud places. My children are loud enough. I don't need loudness when I go elsewhere. And so I would rather do that. I mean, with my old team, we used to go to the coffee shop like across the way, and we'd expense a bunch of coffees and cakes and stuff, and just spend an hour. Sort of,
For our Dutch audience, not coffee shop, cafe, but
fair
You know what?
dues.
I did do a double take.
Yeah, no, it was a branded one as well. I think it was a
Nice.
Costa, but we'd go over there, and December's a time for retrospect. You sort of look back on your year and stuff, and we'd enjoy cakes and coffee, and we'd chat and sort of
yeah, that sounds
make a few
delightful.
plans and promises and things we wanted to do for the upcoming year, and that was always just really nice because that worked for that group.
Yeah.
But I have
Yeah.
about other places. It's meals, it's arcades, it's golf, it's something, And I
Axe
think
throwing.
really the right thing is for the right group what people want to do. The last thing you want to do is have something people really want to enjoy. I saw in the chat that we were talking about people wanting to wear tuxedos. I hate dressing up so very much. This is the most dressed up you'll ever get me. And I never did fancy dress. When I was 4, I refused to have fancy dress for a joint birthday party. But the person I was doing the joint birthday party wanted it, and I was the only person at my birthday party not in fancy dress. I don't do dress up very good, but because it doesn't make me comfortable. But I'm cool with other people wanting to do those things, but I'm quite happy just to tap out.
Can I bridge us into something that I completely didn't realize was happening because I don't have to do it anymore, that I found particularly joyous when I realized I was missing out on it?
This is such a cliffhanger.
Go for it.
The year-end evaluations.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, because why
At my-
should we do them any other time of the year?
At my previous company, this was such a thing. At the end of every year, you'd have to go and get feedback and 360s. And then as a manager myself at the time, I also had to then write and read and evaluate everybody that I was managing, and then also give that feedback and have all those conversations. And I was blissfully unaware of this yearly cycle happening as I'm now in a different job, which has a different evaluation cycle, until I saw people complaining about it on WhatsApp from my old company. I was like, oh, I don't have to do this anymore. This is such a joy. I hated that period. I know how important it is, and I want everyone to get the promotions they deserve. So you have to do the thing. But how annoying is it that that's always in this busy period every year?
Squeezing it into when you've got more social things being put on you, you've got less work hours in the month. And then it's dark and miserable. Everyone's got this seasonal sad disorder where everyone's just sad that there's just no light outside anymore.
And for a lot of managers, it's also budget time, and you have to make your yearly plans as well with the proper budget. So you're not just doing the HR cycle thing, you're also making the budgets and things. And I was like, oh, this is getting ridiculous. And also I sailed all through November and December without even realizing that that's what I would be normally stressing about until I saw that WhatsApp conversation. I was like, yes, this is good times.
I'm loving Renee's approach, because he says, right, yearly evaluations are ridiculous unless you get to evaluate your manager and company as well. I'm like,
that's fair.
Yeah, I think we do, to be honest. Like, I just get sent all these surveys of like, how much do you enjoy working here? But like, I kind of didn't.
Yeah, like the Net Promoter Score surveys, or
Yeah.
That's not really feedback, though, is it?
So the thing is, I like Renee's idea, and you kind of do whenever you answer those surveys, and you've got to take them seriously. I feel, if the anti-personnel department is throwing a survey out there about how much you love the company, do it. Be honest and learn about Net Promoter Scores, people, because one of the things we've had to learn in our place is like an 8 and 9. Or an 8 through 10 is like freaking amazing. A 6 and 7 is like, okay. What we in the UK would score as a 5. Now, a 5 and below is like, I hate this place.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of British people who come into the company and they go, yeah, I just score 5 because everything's okay, not great, not worse, and everything. And people going, dude, are you all right?
Yeah, that
means
you're
gonna leave.
you're set to leave.
Man. Yeah, but to continue with with my thing, it's like, so you've got end of year reviews, right? You've got all of these surveys coming out. You've got if you're a manager and they do pay rises and everything around there, you've got that to work out. And if you're in a company that has a closed period, for example, travel company, do you know what everybody tries to do in November?
Take all their leave.
Shove all of the updates in there in one go. So you're also dealing with hundreds of updates and everybody going, I've got to get my shit in really quick, man. Can you just do it? Yeah, but I'm doing the survey. No.
Oh, can I add another annoying end of year thing? But this is completely opposite side of that. Not trying to squish too much in, but it's people that work at the companies that only require 36 hours a week, but that have worked 40 the entire year. And then they freaking just take 5 weeks off at the end of the year and they're just completely gone.
Yeah.
Which is Oh,
I would
I'm
love
just
to be
jealous of
that
those
person, though.
people. So
I
jealous.
appreciate them planning it that way, and I think that's awesome for them. But having somebody that you need be gone for 5 weeks is an insane amount of time, especially as everyone's trying to crunch in the last minute releases before the freeze. Like that is so
It's
killing.
almost as if you shouldn't plan for everything to be done at the same time, Sanne.
Oh, stop it. Something about continuous something something. I've heard these terms. I think I know what they mean. Yeah.
I think
And
it's like
any
project managers don't know how to do either of those two words.
Well, to be fair, their budgets are yearly.
Yeah, that's the other one.
yeah.
Got to get it all in before we run away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, and
You
this
guys-
is, yeah. Sorry, go for it.
No, I wanted to completely derail the conversation, so
Yeah,
keep
that's
on it
good.
when you-
Oh, good.
Go
I-
for it.
That's just what we do. Any of you got any New Year's resolutions?
Ooh.
Does that sound mean no, I hate them?
Uh, I okay, words hard. I once read this book called When, which is all about timing and shit. And I think one of the great things I got from that book is that even though we all know about New Year's resolutions and all the trouble they give, they are a moment of reflection. And there's a reason why so many people switch jobs, file for divorce, and make big life changes just after the Christmas vacations.
I didn't know this was a thing, but
Oh,
cool.
statistically, it's a massive thing. Yeah, there's like a spike every year. It's the same thing with like gym memberships and all that kind of stuff. Everything is all about January. So there is something cyclical to our thinking because we have this moment that we sort of hit the refresh button. I'm not sure New Year's resolutions are useful per se, but I do think taking some time, and maybe this should be continuous, but I think we naturally do it when we're off at Christmas time to just sort of look back and be like, well, how did that go? What do I want to change? And then naturally you'll be changing those things or trying new stuff out shortly after. I think that's more the way to look at it.
That was a much more thoughtful response than I thought I was gonna
wow.
get.
And you still didn't answer the question.
Do I have New Year's resolutions? No, I've currently just got some general guidelines, which I think are more useful. Like I've got some heuristics, which is I'm basically saying yes to any opportunities that come my way, but I'm not seeking them. And I am continuing to focus on retaining balance. So that's another heuristic. That's just like the very classical 8-8-8, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for rest and play. Like to have that sort of be consistent throughout the week.
Nice.
So
Those sound
heuristics.
really good.
I love it. Did you just see Sean's one? So you're saying humans like to work in iterations that end in retrospectives?
I'm not proposing that we continuously use Scrum in our daily lives.
Yeah.
But I am saying there are moments in your life that you naturally reflect. And for a lot of us, Christmas is one of them. But also big birthdays happen as well. Like I just
Yeah,
turned
fair enough.
40. That's another one. Like when people turn 35 or 30, these are moments that this reflection stuff happens. And that's also what came out of that book. It's like if you're gonna do stuff, like having this thing in your head, like I'm gonna do this before I'm XYZ or when I'm that old or at this point in the year, I'm gonna do this thing. We do that naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but and there are so many traditions around that, around the sort of like turning of the year, aren't there, and things like that. You've got once I got to take part in first footing, which is first person over the threshold on the new year. And so far I was in Liverpool at the time, and I've only ever heard it in being from Liverpool. Nobody else.
Wait, what does that mean though?
So
First footing.
first footing, it's the first person over the threshold into your house.
Right.
It's a blessing to the house.
Oh,
But
And
who do
because-
you invite to be the first person?
Ideally a stranger,
Really?
somebody new. So I was in the small part of Liverpool, and this whole road came out and went to my brother-in-law. Oh, you've got your brother over. he's can he do our first footing? I literally hopped into all of the houses on this entire
Wow.
road to do the first footing and was welcomed into the house in the new year. It was crazy cool, and it was a tradition I didn't know about until that time.
I've
I'm not
never
did
heard
you
about this in my
then-
life.
Did you
It's
then
so
admire
cool.
their Christmas tree and get a drink?
I know. I mean, but it was that kind of thing of like, yeah, here, have a shot, or have a glass of wine, or have a beer, and it's like,
Aw.
there's
That sounds amazing.
it was brilliant because it's just like, invite somebody into your house. It's like the is it Eid, in
Yeah.
where you sort of give gifts to people, and it's like your neighbors and your friends and
It
strangers, and you give them,
expands.
yeah, and things like
Ooh.
that. And it was similar to that. And I thought, gosh, this is cool. And like I had to, there's a sort of traditional or symbolic gift of coal, obviously to heat the houses and everything. So I had to carry over the threshold a piece of coal and something else I can't remember, but it was that kind of like sort of to bless the house. It was pretty cool.
Okay, hang on. But
AJ?
now your New Year's
Oh.
resolution is to do that again or to do it at your house?
No, I just liked it. That was an
Oh,
aside.
okay.
All right.
No, I don't.
AJ.
I don't do resolutions, but I do. I try to give myself a challenge of learning a new skill every year.
Nice.
So this
Nice.
this year was kind of learning to crochet, which I've done, which is cool.
Show it
and-
off.
Show us your projects.
Oh,
Come
it.
on.
Go on, mate.
all right. Fluffy hat, fluffy hat, fluffy
Here's one
hat.
you made
Yeah.
earlier.
And yeah, and I've got some socks on the go at the moment for mates. They're not on here, but it's going to be a his and hers set of green and red
Nice.
socks, and then the then little baby booties as well. So
Oh
yeah,
my
I've got lots of
Aw.
things on the go.
Aw.
But yeah, so I haven't chosen my skill for this year that I'm going to learn, but it'll be something.
Oh my
And
God.
that's another bit of theory, if I may break in. Like the research has shown, like setting goals, if you are going to do them, don't make the goal, I'm going to crochet 10 things. Make the goal a progress goal. So I am going to learn something new and have it to be something you can continue to work on. Because if you say, I'm going to run a 10K, once you've run that thing, what are you going to do for the rest of the time?
Nothing. Sit on the sofa.
Yeah,
eat
you're
crisps.
done. Like
Mm.
you just check it off. So like
Yeah, that
if
sounds
you
amazing.
are setting things to do or to change, like try and have them be progress oriented or at least flexible enough that they can move along with you as you,
All right.
experience life and things
like
move
it.
on in maybe ways you didn't expect.
Nice. Here, okay, just one more thing. AJ is commenting and saying traditionally first foot should be a tall, dark-haired man who's not
Ooh.
already in the house when midnight strikes. So, Shey, are you tall?
Nope.
Well,
Not even
all those
dark-haired.
Liverpoolians got a rubbish first foot then.
Cheers, mate.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Tallness is relative, though. You know,
Shortly
maybe
afterwards,
they were shorter.
that entire road burnt down.
Oh no. But
Also-
AJ seems to know a lot about traditions because she was also saying, like, in her village, they do the Christmas tree praising. And now I'm
Yeah.
wondering because I always thought AJ was from Scotland. And so I wonder if that's a thing they do there as well. AJ, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, there you go.
Yes, yes, Scottish.
Mate, Sean, you're on fire today. We're making smart goals out of our resolutions. No,
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite.
stop it.
Right. I
Don't equate
think
me with
it's
smart.
it's about time for us to start rounding off.
Already?
Aw.
Okay.
Already,
We're
yes.
having Christmas rants.
Yeah, we're having Christmas rants.
We've
but
not
we'll
even
have new
ranted.
rants.
We're not
You're the
really.
rant.
We've been
This is
very
not long enough.
pleasant.
Oh,
I'm having too much fun. Stop it.
We haven't
Next
ranted
time.
too much.
Next time.
Next time, we'll start off the new year with a good rant.
I love it.
That's a good
Yeah,
resolution.
And on time.
Yes. Excellent. So let's go around the group and say where you can find us, and perhaps also a bit of advice for the new year, like which advice for 2025 would you want to give people? And now I'm going to start off with Chris.
Oof, where can you find me? I'm on Blue Sky and LinkedIn. I'm Christoph Skier on all platforms. And also Testing Peers podcast. We will have our Christmassy episode out very shortly. Fun fact, we tried to turn it into a bit of refinement for Christmas. So that should be quite enjoyable. The enjoyable things into the new year, really. Obviously, Festive Peers Conference, March 13th, 2025, Nottingham. Very exciting.
When are you
All
announcing the
exciting things happening.
program?
Once we, as the program committee, have been able to collate and agree on the program, the aim will be January, but it's a bit of
Ooh, close.
collation, organization, fun.
Yeah.
But we will let you know as soon as we can, which is very exciting because
Because a lot of us may have applied. Like we're waiting.
yeah, no, I know. I've read all of the things. It was very exciting. But anyway, in terms of new and exciting and things saying for the new year, I have started to try and aim to celebrate good things and good people publicly. And so I have been doing this month Adventesters on Blue Sky and LinkedIn
I
and
saw
shouting
that. It's
out
been so
some
amazing.
awesome people and celebrating things. And part of it's down to the fact that good people deserve celebrating and being celebrated and chatting and celebrating and whoop whoop and all those good things. But also, I know that I need to be better at celebrating the good things that I do. And if I'm practiced at celebrating other people, I feel like I will be able to identify good things that I can do as well. And so
Here,
my
here.
sort of advice for those things is celebrate the good stuff that you see.
Aw.
I love it.
Aw.
Here, here.
Awesome.
All right, let's move on to Shey, perhaps.
Well, so I'm on Blue Sky as well. I'm not. I'm trying to get into Blue Sky in a way that I used to be on Twitter, and yeah, slowly coming. We'll see. I'm on LinkedIn. Come and find me. Give me a shout. Say hi. And yeah, I mean, for the new year, I mean, I think it's always summed up in my head when anybody asks me that is be excellent to each other.
Aw.
Nice.
Is that a
Aw.
Christmas film, Shey?
It's yeah, totally.
Right, Sanne.
So you can find me on LinkedIn, Sanne Visser, or I think tech sanitized. Wow, that came from far away because I was thinking about my advice. I think you heard it here today. Gathering in small groups with food and good cheer is the thing we actually enjoy most frequently. So do that as much as you can and enjoy the good times.
Excellent. And Veerle.
I am also on Blue Sky. I was an early adopter and then I went off it for a bit because I followed too many political accounts and I got too depressed by all of the Israel-Palestine content. But now I'm back because now all the testers are on there as well. So I just unfollowed most of what I was following and just follow all the testers, and now it's a lot better.
That's good advice by itself.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Like in a way I felt bad because it was like it's your duty to be aware, and at the same time like it's not my duty to be constantly overwhelmed and depressed, so like I needed to find a balance there. So I'm back on Blue Sky with a bit more regularity. I'm still Witch of the Test. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I'm Veerle Verhagen. And a thing that I learned a year or a couple of years ago, which I really liked for the new year, is you can't pin joy like a moth. So wear the expensive perfume around the house. Scribble imperfectly in your nice notebook. That really fancy wine, open it. Who cares?
Nice.
Don't try to save things for later. Have them now. You live now.
Enjoy the best alcohol-free beer you can get. Hanna, close us out.
Yes, my name is Hanna Schlander, and you can find me on LinkedIn. And I think my best advice is to make sure to not overdo it with work. Make sure to find your balance because it's so important to take the time to relax and feel good in order to be able to do a good job. So
One last thing I just wanted to say is that friend you haven't spoken to in a while, go and say hi.
Good one.
We're going to end there.
Yeah,
So
we're going to end there. So thank you everyone for joining us
Yay!
today.
Bye.
Yay! Bye.
And have a lovely Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas,
Merry
or Happy
Christmas.
Holidays, or Happy Winter Conference, whatever you like,
Ooh.
Or summer.
or Summer Conference. It depends.
No, I'm not going to hit the stop button until Sanne shut up. Are we off yet?
Are we off yet?
Are we off?
Maybe, maybe not.